Hey everybody, welcome to the 5-day Slimdown Kickstart Zoom call. So this week we're going to talk about how the importance of protein and how amazing they are to help you lose weight and all of the other health benefits of protein. So with Heather, we're going to go through that a little bit later. But first of all, welcome to our new people that have started on the program. I know there's some new people that just started this week, and maybe you're listening to the replay. So we'd love to hear your story as well. But let me share, everyone, if you're listening to this for the very first time, this is how this program works. It's very, very simple. We're using 5 Modern products on the program. And here they are. There's a picture of them. And we have a complete booklet with all of the information, and it's all in that little booklet here, and it's available to you when you commit to be on the program. It's got in the guide, it's got food lists and all the protocol of when to eat and what to eat, and the benefits of the products as well that are going to help with digestion and gut health, which is just so important when you're trying to lose some weight. Now, there we have a Facebook group. That's where you're going to find that guide. When you're invited to the 5-day Slimdown Kickstart Facebook group, that's where this guide, the complete guide, is available to you in there. So if you're not in this group yet and you want to get onto the program, maybe you can write a comment to this video here, or you can contact the person that invited you. Contact me, Heather, and let us know that you're ready to start. And of course, we'll help you to get your products and to invite you into the Facebook group as well. So, hey, today we are going to talk about protein, how amazing they are and how important they are, and the role that they play during weight loss program. We know there's the animal protein and the plant-based protein as well, and touch a little bit on the difference. They're all good for you. And so, Heather, let's have a look at some of the benefits for the, using protein on the program. Apparently, it reduces appetite and hunger levels.
Yes, exactly what we want on the program, right?
Yep.
So there's 3 macronutrients, of course. There's fat, carbs, and protein, and our body reacts differently to them. And the reason that we love protein so much is that it is, of the 3, it is the most filling. So it makes you feel fuller for longer with less food, basically. So that's the ideal thing about protein. And the way that it actually does that, it helps to reduce the hunger hormone. Protein does. So the interaction with protein in the body reduces the hunger hormone. It also boosts other levels in our body, which actually then produce hormones to make us feel full. So it's a really interesting interaction between the body and protein and how it responds. But there's an interesting study that showed that just increasing your protein intake from 15% to 30%, it meant that people were actually eating far less calories. So they just weren't needing to, because that was giving that feeling of feeling full for longer, they weren't needing to eat perhaps later as much during the day. And interestingly enough, if you need to lose body fat, if that's an area that you'd like to reduce, you want to lose some weight from that area, or the appearance of your belly, if you actually replace some of your carbs with protein, as an example, so you might swap out your rice or potato or something like that you're eating and add extra protein instead, then that actually helps to target that area. So that's really interesting.
It is very interesting. It also increases muscle mass and strength.
Like, obviously, when you look at our program too, we're encouraging protein is a big thing that we're focused on with the how we have designed our program. And this is just giving a little bit of background as to why that is how it appears. And I know that some of the people on the program, Murray France, as they've actually increased the amount of protein that they have been eating compared to what they used to do with their diet, that they have noticed a lot of amazing things happen in their body. And in particular, like the weight loss and those kind of things. So it really is very exciting protein when you learn more about it. And it, of course, is the building block for our muscles. So when you think about muscle mass and strength, that's where it supports the whole muscular system. And eating adequate amounts during the day will obviously help with the muscle growth. And it's also, looking at maintaining muscle as well, because like obviously exercise comes into this as well when we're talking about muscle mass and strength.
Yeah.
And of course, we're encouraging people to, at the bare minimum, do their 10,000 steps as well in the program. But, people are doing other things as well, swimming and running. And so all of that is helping. And the protein, of course, is helping with building that muscle. And of course, if we know that bodybuilders that lift weights and do all that sort of strength training, then they focus a lot on protein. So just for the average person out there, if you sort of take that concept on, that the more protein you're having, it's going to support your muscle mass and strength.
Apparently it's good for your bones too.
Yes. There is a bit of a myth out there apparently that because it can be an acidic, sometimes it reacts in the body as an acidic essence, that it affects your bones. However, they've done a lot of studies on this, and in particular with animal protein, it actually has a lot of benefits for bone health. And people who eat more protein tend to have better bone mass, which of course is very important as we age. We want to make sure that we have those strong bones, and because that is, if we, as we age, you often hear of a lot of older people who may fall and then they break their hip or something like that. So we want to have those really strong bones. In particular, women, we want to really support our bones, because when we go through menopause, hormonal changes, that affects our bones and etc. So eating protein is going to be really good for our bones and keeping them strong and healthy.
Oh, yes. And it reduces cravings and desire for late night snack. That's important to me. That's always the problem, the late night snack. Oh my gosh. So more protein, huh? It's going to help.
Yeah. So in that sort of scenario, I think that like if you look at having a protein-rich meal be the last meal that you have the day, like if this is a particular challenge that you experience, so like having a beautiful piece of steak with the fat on it,
yes,
this is another conversation that we're going to share. And even slathering like some beautiful butter over the top of your steak as well, so you're getting all your good fats. Having a high protein meal, and then even if you wanted to just finish it off with like a handful of nuts or something, finish the meal off. So, or you eat your steak last, like the last food that's going into your system is a protein.
Okay.
Then you might actually find that helps with reducing those late night cravings, because your body's got protein to work with. And protein is a slower release into the body, because we know that carbs tend to be faster into the system. The protein will be a little bit of a slower release, and so your body is just slowly allowing that to happen, therefore, reducing your cravings and reducing your hunger.
Love this. your last bite of food has to be protein. It helps. I'll remember that one for sure. It boosts your metabolism and increase fat burning.
Yes.
Wow.
So because as I was sort of mentioning, because it is a slower release into the system as well, and because it's nutrient dense as well, the body actually takes longer to process it, I guess you could say. So your metabolism is working for longer, and of course when that's happening, then also that increases fat burning as well. Like that whole system gets sped up. And one of the studies that they actually did was that high protein intake has been shown to significantly boost metabolism and increase the number of calories that you burn.
Wow.
So this can amount to 80 to 100 more calories burned each day. So not only do we get all the benefits from protein, but it actually works for us in relation to weight loss, because it does help with the metabolism. It's helping us burn more calories. So it's really interesting, actually.
Yeah, very. So I believe, Heather, it can lower blood pressure as well.
Yeah, so there's been lots of studies done on this, Marie-France, in relation to lowering blood pressure, because of course it is a major issue for so many people, and high blood pressure leads to heart attacks, strokes and chronic kidney disease. And so I'm just looking here at some of the studies that they've actually done on how that it helps with lowering your blood pressure. And one particular study found that in addition to lowering your blood pressure, that a high protein diet also reduced the LDL, which is the bad cholesterol. So again, it's dealing with cholesterol, blood pressure, those kind of things. The protein can really make a difference in your diet. So
right.
That's really interesting, Heather, because I have a high blood pressure issue. It's not out of the planet high, but it's been something that I've had to manage. And since being on this, I haven't actually given my blood pressure a thought. So this morning, I'm going to go and check it to see whether it's actually dropped too far, because, I've been concentrating on this 5 days Slimdown process, and it's worked marvelously for me. Everything you were saying before about having protein and reducing the hunger and the instinct to eat more food, I've noticed that amazingly much. So it's I don't eat a lot now, but I'm not feeling hungry, and so when I break my fast, I will have either a protein based shake or eggs or something like that. And then later in the day for my evening meal, I'll have a protein-based meal. So, with meat or fish or something like that. And it's worked wonderfully well for me over these last month and a bit. So I will definitely check the blood pressure, and I'll report, give you all the report on how I'm finding that.
Yeah.
Sure. Excellent.
That's a really good point that you bring up there, Steve, too. Like, for people, we want to just remind people, I guess is the word, that for people that do have, you're aware you have high blood pressure, you have, high cholesterol, you have other things that you're actually aware of, it is a really good idea to actually check those things on your progress in the program, because we are making a lot of changes in the body, and the body is adjusting. And we need to monitor those things. As you say, you don't want to, you want to see where it actually is so that you can adjust things accordingly. So that's a great point that you raised there.
Yeah. And interestingly for me, blood pressure, immediate indicator on how my body's functioning. Like, it takes less than a day for a blood pressure issue to show up.
Right.
Being on this program, and I actually, as I said, I haven't checked my blood pressure for ages. I just haven't felt the need to. So it will be interesting to see where it's sitting.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, just a couple of more points here. I have to ask you, Heather. Well, of course, it's the whole purpose of this whole program, but apparently that protein helps to maintain weight loss. So, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
This is why we love protein.
Yes.
Because it's actually, as we've mentioned before, because it's boosting the metabolism and it's actually reducing our craving to eat as much. Well, we're actually eating less calories. So it does actually help. And I think the important word here is maintain weight loss, which is what we want to do. It is easy to lose weight sometimes, but it is maintaining. And so actually adapting our diet to be more protein rich is then helping us to maintain and continue and maintain the path that we're actually on. There's lots of studies have actually been done of people just increasing their protein to what they used to do and just how much it's actually helping with the weight loss and the maintaining, keeping it permanently off. So it's definitely such a great part of our program.
It helps with the body repair after injuries or after surgery. So, yeah, tell us a little bit about this, Heather.
So because of protein, we haven't sort of talked much about what's in protein, but but protein has a lot of amino acids and, lots of, well, it's got protein, right? So that's the building blocks for the body. And the body can actually take that, of course, and we've talked about it helping with muscle and bone and all that sort of thing. So it's the building blocks. Protein is the building blocks for our tissues and organs. And so studies have actually shown that eating more protein can actually help to speed up your recovery from injury and potentially surgery and things that the body goes through. The protein will actually help to assist with all of that healing process.
And just one more last point here that I really like is that it helps to stay fit as you age. Very important.
Yeah, so this is relating to when we age, what happens to the body, unfortunately, is things start to not be as strong and flexible and all that sort of thing. So our muscles just aren't as strong as what they used to be. And so having protein, it will actually help us more with the age-related conditions potentially that can come along. So it will, as we've mentioned, it's just going to support our bones, our muscles, and, if we do have the unfortunate occurrence of being injured, well, then that's the repair will speed up, be a faster process. So it's something that will support us as our body slows down, as it's not as strong as it once was. Eating protein just assists us to be healthier, more vibrant, and obviously also when we're reducing our weight, that will helps with a whole lot of different potential conditions for the body as well. So less weight loss, it's less pressure on our joints, it's less stress on our hearts to work harder. It's, it all sort of works together. So and it comes back to having a program that will actually support us, and it's a great guide for people who maybe in the past have not really known what they should eat and when they should eat it and how they should eat it. The program actually lays that out so clearly that, okay, protein.
Yes.
And, weight loss and all the other benefits we've talked about today.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Now, just going to share, just in finishing let me just share just a little bit of information that I've found about protein. And because on our program, we suggest you can have all different types of protein, but really there's the animal protein and there's the plant-based protein, because some people, of course, prefer to stay away from animal protein. And yes, of course, it's been a big buzz out there with all the vegetarian and vegan and plant-based. And so, yeah, it is, of course, healthy to go plant-based. But the animal protein are amazing too. So if you're debating, like, I think it's important to consider that a little bit of animal protein is really not bad at all into your routine. So animal protein are complete proteins. What that means, it contains essential amino acids that you need in your diet, and plant-based are often, but not always, but often incomplete source of protein. So what we actually need from the protein is the amino acids, and you need 20 different ones. And your body can actually make them, but they don't make all of them. There's 9 that comes from dieting only, from your food that you take. So 9 of the amino acids, and they're called essential amino acids, and they are all contained. All of the amino acids, protein, essential amino acids are contained in the animal protein, which are dairy product, poultry, beef, pork, eggs. And here we have quinoa. Now, quinoa is another topic that we can touch, but I just did this little research and figuring out that quinoa has all of your protein amino acids in it. So that's a very important one. And whole source of soya and tofu, the edamame. These are the little green beans with the soybeans inside that we eat at the Japanese shop, at the restaurants. So these are really, really good for us. And tempeh, so they are the ones that have all of your essential amino acids. And some of the plant-based source of proteins are nuts, seeds, whole grains, legumes such as beans and peas and lentils, and also some of your vegetable. So all of those different ingredients here that I named, they all are a part of our program. Some of them are in the 5-day Slimdown Kickstart program, and some of them are with the whole grains. They're more in the part of the Slimdown for Life, but they are just as important. As soon as they are whole grains, they're part of the program. So these are some of your protein that you can use, and you'll see on the food list, everything that I name here is inside your guide in the food list, and you can see when is appropriate to have them or what to do. Yay, thank you, Heather. That was amazing information here. I mean, and thank you, Steve, for your contribution to this as well. This is so amazing what we discover, how our body can really heal itself if we give it the right nutrition. It's incredible what it can do. And it's just a matter of getting informed and knowing why and what and when as well. Yeah. All right, Steve, we want to hear a little bit more from you. You've been on the program for 4 weeks, I think. Yeah.
Oh, 5 weeks.
5 weeks now.
5 weeks now.
Okay, tell us a little bit how it's going.
I think last week I said I'd hit my lowest weight ever.
Okay.
And during this week, it's sort of gone up and down, but I'm back at that point. I was hoping to get a little bit below it, but my weigh-in this morning put me right on the same point. So I will lose some more, and I'll concentrate on it this week. But also knowing that at the end of the week, we've got our convention. So I might just have to let that go a little bit.
Yes.
and then get back on top of it.
You're just going to work more seriously the whole week leading up to that. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. That's right.
Well, I think, Steve, I mean, we're looking at you right now. You're a thin guy, You're not extremely overweight. And you've lost already how much from the beginning?
7 kilos.
This is
7 kilos.
amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
It is amazing because to me, I haven't done anything special.
yeah,
I just followed the program. It made sense. Changed the bad habits,
yes.
which was for me eating chocolate after dinner. That was my bad.
Ah,
But once that's gone, then everything else just fell into place.
yeah, yeah. Well, when you don't have any chocolates in your cupboard there, it's easier to not have
That's
it.
exactly
You're
right.
not going to
Yep.
get out the door at 9 o'clock to go and get some chocolate. So
Yeah,
better not to have it there. Or some dark chocolate, Steve, and the dark chocolate is on our list
yes. Yeah.
in a small
But
quantity.
for me, that's a gateway issue.
Yeah.
I love dark chocolate. But just at the moment, I leave that out because I know I can't just have one piece.
Yeah, exactly. And Steve, like what you mentioned here, just for the benefit of everyone, it is just incredible that you are today back to this lowest that you've been. Okay, and a little bit of ups and downs. It's normal depending of your water intake or how much you've walked that day or whatever food choice. Like having a little bit of up and down is just a normal thing. Heather mentioned it as well. Losing weight might be the easy part here, but we know that maintaining that weight loss is what we want. That's why we work so hard through this program to make it happen, and is obviously to not getting it back immediately, to lose it and never find it again. Yes?
Yeah. And that's right. I made the decision probably for the 10th time that I need to lose weight. I was getting uncomfortable. My clothes weren't fitting as well, getting harder to get out and exercise and all those things. So when this program came along, I thought, this is it for me. And I just jumped on board. And certainly I have no intention of falling into the old habits again.
Exactly. Well done, Steve. This is great, and it's so good to hear 7 kilos are gone and you're maintaining now. And I know you want to drop an extra 2 or 3, huh? That's your goal. Yeah.
Yep.
Slowly is fine. It can happen just like slowly, and you'll get there for sure. Definitely.
Yeah. The key for me now is because I've got the eating thing handled, increasing the commitment for exercise.
Sure.
Making sure that I do that.
Yes. Yeah. That's the thing that I think that we all need to improve on as well.
Yes.
Hey, I've got some other ones to share with you because I've got messages here that I've received through the week, and I found that they might be of interest here. Our friend Susan Swar, she lives on the Gold Coast, and she's a busy lady. The ones that know her, she's always traveling, and she's got kids and grandkids and running around. And she says that she's maintaining her drop of 4.35 kilos. So Susan she started together with us on the 8th of January. And so she's lost some weight in the early beginning of the program, of doing the program. And she has maintained that. We're talking about maintenance here. I mean, it doesn't matter how fast you lose your weight, but to keep it off is the secret. So 4.35 on maintenance for Susan Soir. But the good news here, because she's with her daughter, and Alyssa has been on the program for 10 days and lost 6.5 kilos.
Wow.
And her husband, Alyssa's husband, 6 kilos in 10 days. Yes, they are a bit younger. Sometimes younger people, they tend to lose it faster at the beginning, but it's an amazing achievement. 6.5 in 10 days. So it's just awesome news. And we have also Diane. She was also traveling for the last 4 weeks, I think she was traveling and visiting family and getting together. And she said that what she did is not worrying so much about the food because you're visiting people, they cooked for you, etc. But what she did is she just made sure she continued the fasting. And she has maintained her weight, continued the fasting, continued a lot of water, continued to make sure that she moves the body because she's playing golf as well, and she's walking a lot and swimming. She loves swimming. So moving, the exercise, the water, and the fasting. And of course, she's using all of her amazing product for the gut health and the digestion and everything. But yeah, she has maintained her weight loss. So we should hear from her again probably soon, probably next week. We'll see if we can get her on the Zoom call and she can share any more improvement, because I know she's back home now. So maybe getting back on track also. So, hey, it's been really very informative once more. Thank you, Heather Billing, who's the co-creator of this program. Thank you for your great information once more, Heather.
No problem.
And thank you, Steve, for your contribution to this call for everyone's benefit.
You're welcome.
Here. Yes, thank you so much. And we'll see you again all next week. Goodbye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.